I'm just going to use a flower today and I'll show you how to centre a flower into one of them. You could actually go as far as you wanted to use 2 to bring in your contrasting colours, and also you want to create a bit of bulk into the centre. Now, if you're making it for yourself and you want to be able to use your piece again, you can buy the flowers with the pin to the back. If you want to, you can really just pin it into the centre, and that'll make it much easier for you afterwards than to take back out and change for another colour. Or, what the best thing to do is just to secure it, is keep your stem closed. If it has a brooch to the back, stitch around your entire piece. You'll be able to snip that off afterwards if you want to as well, so it's not like you're losing anything. Depends how dramatic you want your piece to be. I mean, if you're going to the races, you can go really out on it, or if you're much with the bride or his best friend getting married, then you could use some of the tubular crinoline as well. I'll show you some of this. So this is the same material that I was working on from the beginning, only you can buy it tubular by the metre. So you can see you can pull it quite taut and it'll bounce back into its shape that it is. This is really easy to work with because you can manipulate it any way you want it to sit. So you can maybe do, I did this last week, I was showing you by using the flat ribbon style crinoline, how you could create some loops perhaps if you wanted to. So you could just maybe even loop these into the angle you want them to be. I'll show you now. Now I'm not exactly measuring everything today, but you could like have it all measured, angle it the way you want it, pin it in, have a look at it, decide if you want to chop and change pieces on it. Just bring a needle thread through the centre of whatever your shape you want to take form into it. You can secure that into your centre as well. As I said, don't worry if pieces start to jump off in it because you can just stitch them down afterwards into the position you want it to sit. I'm going quite dramatic now with this, but this gives you an idea of the different materials that you can use in it. So you can see now already, see the way this one's just jumped off again? Don't worry about it, you can go back to it afterwards, just secure it into the shape that you want it to be first.
What sort of needle are you using?
You can buy millimetre needles and they just come in a packet just like this.
So one of the big ones will work?
Any of them.
Yeah.
Now, so I've just looped something quite dramatic into the centre. I'm just going to catch in the final point and bring it in just to show you. Sorry. So I've just looped some of them into the centre as well. And then I'm just going to bring my flowers in as well. So you could go with the cream if you wanted to, or I'll just use the black one for now. So this is where you're going to start then finishing off and hiding all your stitching that you've done earlier on. So all you have to do is just secure a few stitches underneath from the clip and bring it in. You can snip these out afterwards. Now if you do want to take it apart afterwards and you're aware of the fact that you're going to change the centre, just make sure you're starting with a fresh needle and thread. Don't use the same needle and thread that you've been looping your other pieces through, because what will happen is when you clip your flower, everything else is going to start to unravel as well at the same time. Just to pull your needle and thread through. You can just see then you're creating your base. You're going to stitch a flower just at the angle that you want it to. At this point you can still turn your quills as well into the angle that you want them to sit, and decide the angle where you want to position the hat the entire way around. See, just guessworking it. You don't have to decide the exact position until the very end when you're doing your hairbands. Maybe you want to bring these through to the back, so that your feathers come out more. You can separate them out a bit. You can still manipulate your hat into the shape, or your headpiece into the shape that you want it to sit.